Lab Addicts Music Group.
What's goody? What's goody?
Lab Addicts Music Group.
What's good, y'all? It's Thursday night. Before we get started, we gotta give thanks to the Most High for allowing us to see another day, another sunrise, another sunset, and another chance to love on people who we cherish. And with that being said, this is Adult Conversation with Maas. And it's Thursday night. And tonight, we're talking about Diddy. We're talking about the Diddy miniseries. And if you haven't had a chance to watch the Diddy series, The Reckoning, on Netflix, you need to. It will be 4 hours that will keep you entertained. It's 4 hours that will keep you entertained. And entertained from the perspective that you get an inside look. Rare, very rare that you would get to see someone talking as candidly as Puff Daddy was on these videos. But what a lot of people don't know is when you're filming and things like that, and someone is filming you and taking a catalog of what you do, what a lot of people don't know is that the person that's filming owns the footage until the footage is purchased by the individual, because a lot of people are getting mad at 50 Cent for, and we're going to talk about that too. A lot of people are upset at 50 Cent for putting this information out. I'm not sure why. They probably don't know the backstory, or they don't listen to, a lot of people don't, but like all this kind of makes sense to me when I understand that 50 Cent is the one who put out the miniseries. Because I'm a hip hop head and I listen to all types of music. And Eminem has been dropping breadcrumbs about Diddy for years in his songs. Eminem has been dropping breadcrumbs about Diddy on his albums for years. So I'm pretty sure there have been discussions between 50 Cent and Eminem. But I don't know why they're upset at 50 Cent. The person who had the footage sold the footage to 50 Cent. It's a war. I mean, the people that are mad at 50 Cent probably haven't watched the miniseries because in the very first episode of the miniseries, they detail how Diddy was enamored with street figures. And one particular street figure, one street figure in particular, was Alpo. And if you've seen the movie Paid in Full, you will remember this part in Paid in Full when Alpo, who in Paid in Full was being played by Cameron, he was having a party. And during his party, he would put his sexcapades on the big screen that they had on the wall at his parties. And they've said that Diddy would be at these parties, and when he would see the videos that Alpo put up with chicks that he had sex with in the neighborhood, Diddy was like he wanted to do that. That's what Diddy wanted to do. They detailed. I'm sorry, it's a spoiler if you haven't seen The Reckoning. I'm sorry. Yeah, we're discussing that tonight. But Diddy would be at these parties where Alpo was, and Alpo would play videos of him having sex with women. And Diddy said that that's what he wanted to do. He wanted to have power where he could do that. So they detail this, and then they detail how the women that Alpo was having sex with in these videos was different individuals in the neighborhood's girlfriends. So these weren't his girlfriend, they were other guys' girlfriends that he was having sex with on these videos. So that goes into the socio path of Diddy. Diddy's a sociopath. And it details how all of the women that Diddy has dealt with throughout his life, going back to Kim, going back to Misa, all the way back, these were other men's women that he was taking. Cassie was with Ryan Leslie when Diddy met them. When Diddy met Cassie, she was with Ryan Leslie. Ryan Leslie, they were a couple, but Ryan Leslie was producing her, putting her music out. Diddy took Cassie from Ryan Leslie. And then Kim Porter, she was messing with Albie Shore when Diddy met Kim. Camille, hey, how you doing? How you doing? And Diddy took Kim from Albie Shore. So they detail how Diddy got a thrill off of taking other men's women. then doing whatever he did with it. But the question that I have, first question I have is Diddy a monster? And then all four of these videos, they just delve into how deep Diddy's sociopathic ways grew and increased as time and the power that he got increased. And I look at Diddy I look at Diddy differently today than how I looked at him prior to watching The Reckoning. Now, am I a victim of propaganda? Is this the propaganda of 50 Cent? I wouldn't say that it's propaganda. Diddy chose to be recorded as candidly as he was recorded. And the show is narrated by, I don't know if you can say he's Diddy's right hand man, but basically the guy who grew up, who rented space in Diddy's house from his mother, they grew up together. And he is the person who narrates through this whole story. And his delivery is powerful from the fact that he was the person that was there with Diddy when he started Bad Boy. Even before that, I think they had been knowing each other since they were 3 years old, 4 years old. So it just details Diddy's manipulation of everybody. It's a telling story. It's a very, very telling story. I watched it straight through, straight 4 hours. First time. First time. What's going on, Juggernaut? Camille, I know that you have seen. I know that you have seen the documentary because we talked about it. Juggernaut, did you have a chance to watch the Reckoning about Diddy? But and it details so much. Diddy's troubles are just beginning in terms of his legal troubles. Because, I mean, the way that the documentary is laid out, it's like peeling an onion. So much information was thrown out of there. So much detail that we've never been privy to about certain situations like B.I.G.'s death and Tupac's death and Tupac's robbery and lots of things. It details how Biggie and Tupac were best friends. Tupac would take Biggie on the road before he was signed to Puff Daddy. Would take him on the road, and B.I.G. would open for Tupac. I think this is going to be worse than the R. Kelly mess, Camille. I think this is going to be way worse because They threw information in layers. Like they threw information out there that can be investigated in the Tupac murder. They threw information out there that could be considered a conspiracy in the Biggie murder. There was so much information that we the public, have not been privy to in regards to all of these situations. And the way that it was laid out was like a lot of this stuff was done unknowingly. Like Big didn't know a lot of the stuff that Diddy was doing in terms of Diddy's disdain for Tupac. Because Diddy had a disdain for Tupac because Diddy wanted to sign Tupac. And Tupac wasn't fucking with Diddy like that. He didn't want B.I.G. to sign with Diddy. And it just shows how, I mean, they show how Diddy drove a wedge between himself and Cassie and Ryan Leslie. And they show how Diddy wedged himself in between Tupac and Biggie. There's just so much information that was thrown out there in this documentary that you cannot have viewed the documentary and not have a different outlook on Diddy as a person. And the reason that I asked, is Diddy a monster, is because a lot of the things that Diddy has been doing, he's teaching his son. And this was detailed in the documentary. You see it. It's right there in your face. Why did he allow this person to have? I mean, I know why, because basically he was under the impression that he was going to be able to have creative control over what the public was going to see out of all this information. But whatever happened, there had to be a falling out between Diddy and the videographer. There had to be a falling out between those two, because that's the only way. Or Diddy didn't purchase, or after they finished filming, Diddy didn't purchase the material, because other than that, there's no reason for the videographer to contract with Diddy, film all the information, film all this stuff, and then not take ownership of it. So that was one of the things that was, when I was watching this, and they detailed how Diddy didn't pay people. They detailed this. And it's, you look at it and you look at how he preyed on how people wanted to be in the limelight. He used that power over people to get them to do things. It had to be non-contractually, because to not pay these people. The one guy, Lil Rod. What's going on, YWG, man? I know you having a good time down there in Brazil, man. I know you having a good time. What it do? But yeah, from what I saw in this video, Diddy's a monster. Diddy's a monster. And the reason I say he's a monster is because it's one thing to commit these acts on your own and to do it, but then to teach your son the tactics, that's low. That's low. But it was if you haven't watched the 4-part miniseries, you need to watch it. You need to watch it. Now, we're going to talk about 50 Cent because people are going at 50 Cent saying that he's wrong for putting this information. You need to see it, Juggernaut. You need to see it. You need to go to Flickstore. You need to go to flickstore.net. Flickstore.net. Check that out. But it was just watching the documentary is, like I said, it details Diddy's sociopathic web that he weaved on people. And the guy, Lil Rod, he worked for a year producing Diddy's whole album, not under contract. Not under contract. And then when they completed the album, and after months of trying to get Diddy to pay him, Diddy offered him $29,000 for a year's worth of work. And I'm saying a year's worth of work, but producers, $29,000. That's a producer that has a following, but is really just getting a start. $29,000 a beat. And this guy did Diddy's whole album. But he details how he was essayed and how he would how a few times he woke up in pain. His rear end was in pain. And that's when he kind of figured that something was going on. And he detailed how they would have these drug-fueled parties. And he said sometimes he would wake up next to a woman. He said sometimes he would wake up next to Diddy. It's not funny. Yeah, the guy worked for a whole year, produced Diddy's whole album. Said it took him a year to finally get Diddy to give him some money, and Diddy offered him $29,000. Diddy most definitely is not loaning you no money, Trey. Trey said Diddy's had handful of notable, a lot. Diddy has weaved his way away from jail so many. It's detailed in the documentary. The amount of things that Diddy was, I mean, you know, in the court of law, Diddy was never convicted of. I mean, he did get convicted of something with the, but going back to his throwing parties, there's been death. There's been lots of death that has followed Diddy on his rise to where he is now. Lots of deaths. Lots of people died. And then detailed how everybody that's on Diddy's label is dead. Or nobody is in a good state. Craig Mack is dead. Is Black Rob dead? I think Black Rob passed away. I could be wrong. But I think they detailed how everybody on Diddy's label, man. And then they detailed the beginnings of, you say the East Coast, West Coast war, but basically it was Bad Boy versus Death Row. So nobody else was in it. Eric Sermon, Misa, he talks about Misa, how, Eric Sermon and Misa, they weren't together. They were just really good friends. And they talk about how Diddy wedged himself in between Eric Sermon and Misa. So all of Diddy's women, he has taken them per se from people that they were with. Black Rob is gone. Black Rob is gone. Craig Mack is gone. There's somebody else on the label's gone too. Yeah. Andre Harrell is gone. Heavy D is gone. Anybody that Diddy had money dealings with is gone. All of them. It's crazy. It makes you look at stuff totally. You have to watch it. I can sit here and we can talk about it all night, about the different things that are detailed in this documentary. But I think that the highlights, Kim Porter, is the details about Tupac. The details about Tupac. But I kind of knew that it was deeper than what the public knew, because I've seen the actual artwork for Machiavelli. And the actual artwork for Machiavelli, CD inserts and all, it paints. It was, if they would have allowed the album CD inserts that Tupac had came up with for the Machiavelli album to go along with hit 'em up and up, it's crazy. And if you can, I'm not sure where you would be, but if you put in original Machiavelli artwork, you may be able to find it. But some of their artwork, the album inserts that were going into the Mac, were crazy. They depicted Diddy in a bad light. But 50 Cent, One of the main reasons that 50 Cent, so they say, he'll say no, but one of the main reasons is because one of Diddy's supposed escorts or whatever, concubine, whatever you want to call it, was 50 Cent's baby mama. And 50 Cent has always had a disdain for Diddy because Diddy, he did some fruitcake stuff. He told 50 Cent that he wanted to take him shopping. Diddy said he always looked at him funny because another man coming to him saying he wanted to take him shopping. It's kind of weird. It's kind of handlerish. It's kind of, I'm grooming you. Because if you're a man and you'll let another man take you shopping, YWG said it. Fruit, booty, behavior. Yeah, to let another man take you shopping is, yeah, that's. And if another man allowed that, then the person that's taking the person shopping knows that they can probably push the boundaries on this individual. The documentary is crazy, y'all. I will say this, that I do not look at Diddy the same. Then there's one that, there's so much. It's so much to unpack in this. There's so much. There's so much. There's so much to unpack. I couldn't stop watching it. Once I cut it on and it came on, I didn't stop watching it until the end. And I think, to me, what drove every point home in the miniseries is that the entire thing is narrated by the person who knew Diddy the most. The guy here, I can't think of his name. I apologize for not being, but he was 25% of Bad Boy was in his name. The other 75% was in his mother's name. So there came a point in time where Diddy came to him. He said Diddy had baseball bats and other people had baseball bats. And they told him that they needed that 25%. But Diddy told him he was going to give it back to him. And he said that the way that Diddy came to him, no was not an option. And he said that there are people that have come up to him through the years like, why'd you give it back? And you got three people with baseball bats looking at you and you know that no was not an answer. I mean, and then the guy who narrated, like I was saying, that's what drove every point home is the narration. The narration is so, it adds validity because all of these words are coming from the person who lived above you, who've been around them since they were 5 years old. Hit the like button, hit the like button, hit the like button. 35 minutes into the show, hit the like button. But yeah, I wanted to know how you all felt about it. I'm going to look at poll, and we got 80% of the people say yes, Diddy is a monster, and 20% say no, Diddy is not a monster. The question I want to ask is, why do you all think the miniseries hits harder than the lawsuits? Because basically, the only thing that the lawsuits prove is that Diddy was a freak. These videos prove without a doubt that Diddy is a sociopath. And a sociopath with a lot of money and a lot of means. This is not your this is not your regular documentary expose on somebody. Because they left a lot of unended questions in regards to Tupac and Biggie. And Diddy said that he was gonna make BIG's Brooklyn funeral the largest funeral in Brooklyn history. But he didn't tell them that he was gonna take the money out of Biggie's money. The money that he was supposed to give to Miss Wallace, he paid for the funeral out of Diddy's money. I mean, out of BIG's money, not his money. He made Biggie's funeral recoupable, where he could recoup his money. Allegedly, according to the video, prior to BIG being murdered in Los Angeles, he had restructured his contract with Diddy for more money, for better percentages, for more money, for better percentages, more power. The narrator said, because he was he was a signer as well for Bad Boy. He said that Diddy asked him to change the contracts back to the original contracts prior to them making the changes. Him getting more money, more percentages. Diddy wanted him to change the contracts because it had already been signed. He said they were just going to change the paperwork on the inside of the contract and then put it back together. That's low. No matter how you look at that, that's low. That's low. You're going to beat the mama and the children out of money that's rightfully theirs. And then it just kept going and kept going. It just kept going. It just kept going. The vibe cover that Diddy got after BIG passed, that was supposed to be BIG's cover. Diddy vetoed that and put himself on the cover. It was just too much. My review of this documentary is 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. This documentary was, I'm saying, gut wrenching. because this is somebody. Oh, the Diddy party. The Diddy party. They've been talking about Diddy parties since college. The Diddy party. Everybody wanted to go to the Diddy party. I remember when they had the Diddy party, when Diddy had a party in Louisville for the Kentucky Derby. The Diddy party. The Diddy party. Now you know what was going on in those parties. Did you really want to be there? And Lil Ross said that he was able to see the control room of Diddy's house. He was able to see the control room of Diddy's house. And he said that Diddy had cameras in every room in the house, even the bathroom. Diddy was taping people taking the deuce. Diddy was taping people taking the deuce. If you haven't watched the documentary, you need to watch it. You need to watch it. Yeah. Yep. Yes, he did watch. Yes, he did. Black Rob gone, Heavy D gone, Kim Porter gone, Biggie gone. Al B. Sure was almost gone. Yeah, crazy work. Crazy work. Crazy work. Crazy work. It's a lot of death associated with Diddy. It's a lot of death associated with Diddy's name. A lot of death. Don't get on 50 Cent's bad side. Don't get on 50 Cent's bad side. Hit the like button, hit the like button, hit the like button. And quit playing with me. Hit the like button. How do you all feel about it? You know, I've been talking for 40 minutes straight. How do you all feel about Diddy? Camille, did the documentary change the way you look at Diddy? Trey, did the documentary change the way you look at Diddy? I'm not putting that up, but you could. Hey man, a groomer never stops grooming. Groomer never stops grooming. YWG, did you watch it? And if you did watch it, did the documentary change the way you look at Diddy? Did the documentary change the way you look at Diddy? It changed the way I look at Diddy, for sure. For sure. It most definitely changed the way I look at Diddy. Diddy was out here drugging men and taking their cookies. Camille said, I never liked him to begin with, but it definitely changed the way I looked at him. Didn't realize he was so dangerous. To have it pulled, what? Diddy won an injunction to, well, you're going to have to find it on the internet if they pulled it off Netflix. Woo! And if you didn't get a chance to see it, you need to hurry up and go. Hold on, let me see. I can tell you if it's still on. I can tell you if it's still online. Let me see. I can tell you if it's still on here. Now, they may take it off of Netflix. They won't take it off the streaming sites. Yeah, we already seen it. Everybody haven't seen it. We've seen it. Hold on, the reckoning. Let me see, is it still on? Let me see, is it still on, y'all? Yep. It might not be on Netflix, but you can still watch it. You can still watch it. You can still watch it. You can watch it right here. You can practically watch anything on that site. It's kind of like Cody. But yeah, you can go to this. You can go right here. Here it is right here. The Reckoning. You can go right over here. Up here. You see this? It's not sharing the web. It's not sharing the site. But yeah, this right here. You can go there and watch it if you ain't seen it. You can go there and watch anything you ain't seen. But yeah, Diddy shouldn't even want to show his face in public. Wow. Camille said it's still on Netflix. It's number one. It is worth what it is it's number one for a reason. It's number one for a reason. Because the thing about it is, this isn't anyone. I mean, there are some people that were talking about Diddy. They talk about the Kid Cudi situation because y'all know Diddy allegedly blew up Kid Cudi's car because he was seeing Cassie. And then Diddy's publicist Capricorn something. I don't know her last name, Capricorn. She basically said that when Cassie was with Kid Cudi, allegedly, Diddy kidnapped her and called Cassie and said, Cassie, I'm gonna do something to Capricorn unless you get her because she told you to go over. Yeah. Diddy's a sociopath. You gotta watch it. If you don't have Netflix, you need to go to your local streaming channel. Like I said, I give it 10 out of 10 stars. I give it 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. I haven't seen a documentary that good since I watched, I think it's One Breath, about the free diver. If you haven't watched the documentary about the free diver, the lady who passed away breaking the free diving record, I recommend you watch that. I think I'm gonna start giving recommendations on because I'm a movie buff. That's what I do. But yeah, this is the best documentary I have seen since I watched the one about the free diver. Oh, he didn't. You got the wrong info, YWG. Camille said he didn't win the injunction to have it pulled. He said, nah, we're going to let this information remain out in the public space. Netflix is getting some subscriptions over this documentary. Best believe it. They are getting some subscriptions. So Netflix probably was like, don't let this injunction go through. We got 1 million subscriptions from people trying to see this. Wow. The documentary is crazy. The documentary is something to watch. You won't be bored. You most definitely won't be bored. There's too much information. And then especially if you're in your 40s and you're in your 40s and above, yeah. This was our heyday. This is the 90s. This is Freaknik. This is the 90s. This is stuff that happened in our heyday. Still our heyday though. Man, just because we're older, we're still our heyday. But the 90s, which is the best decade of all time, the 90s from 1990 to 2000. That is the best decade in history. It's a time capsule. It's a time capsule with information that was important to us back then. And just finding out this information. Wow. They got the Temptations doing the halftime show at the Cowboys Lions game. Dang, the Temptations, that's a hell of a halftime show. Shouts out to Detroit. The Temptations for the halftime show of the Cowboys versus the Lions game. Damn. The Temptations? And they out there with the white suits. Oh, man. Hey. But yeah. Diddy's a monster. Diddy's a monster. I couldn't talk about the show without talking about this. But they talked to the sex worker, the man who was dealing with Diddy and Cassie for 8 years. And he said in that 8-year period that they would collect his fluids. You can wear white suits anytime, YWG, man. Get the hell out of here with all that, man. You can wear white suit anytime. Seasons don't dictate colors no more. They got winter white now. What is you talking about? Get out of here, YWG. Now that wasn't ivory. That was super white that they had on. But yeah. But I lost my train of thought. It'll come back to me. But the 90s, it's the best. It's the best decade of all time. And this talks about, yeah. Oh, for 8 years. The sex worker said for 8 years. Now, not the entire 8 years, but they collected his man fluid. And he said after he didn't put a time frame on it. He just said after a while, he said he was like, y'all always collect my man fluid. What are y'all doing with it? And Diddy said, I collect it. And we play with it. And Cassie drinks it. And he said, he made a face. He said he made a, and he said after he asked him that they never collected it any longer. That's some freaky. They was collecting his man juice, playing with it. So that made Cassie drink it. It's not funny, but my man was diabolical. Hey man, I don't know what he did to get the fluid, but they was collecting the fluid for a long time. And according to Diddy, they were playing with it, and he was making Cassie drink it. You can't make this stuff up. You can't make this stuff up. And then they talked about Aubrey O'Day. They talked about dirty money. Diddy was out here. Diddy was out here long stroking men and women. It's not fun. It's not funny. Diddy was out here long stroking. I look at my man Toe. I look at Diddy. Yeah, I will never look at Diddy. I don't. When the Benjamins come on, I'm still gonna dance to it, but I might not be as hyped when I dance to the Benjamins as I was. Are y'all gonna stop listening to Diddy's music? I mean, I ain't really listen Diddy. I didn't like Diddy rapping anyway, so nah, I didn't like Diddy's music anyway. He was like DJ Khaled. They just put a bunch of people on songs with him, and then say that yeah, I was flowing on this. You what? And they talked to Mark Curry. They talked to everybody, but Mark Curry has always talked crazy about Diddy. He wrote a book, Dance with the Devil, or something like that. You can look that book up. Oh, come on, Dak. But Diddy, this is diabolical. His name need to be diabolical. No more Diddy, no P. Diddy, no, just diabolical. That's what that nigga's name need to be. Diabolical. Sheesh. Damn, Dak, man. Man, that ain't no pass interference. Get the hell out of here. Camille says she never really listened to Diddy's music. Yeah, I didn't. It was a couple songs I listened to, but I didn't know. I wasn't trying to hear Diddy rapping. Not me. No. And I can't believe people was really buying them DJ Khaled albums. I would never. I'm not buying no compilation albums. No. Hell Not buying no Diddy compilation albums either. I don't think Diddy's never getting out. I don't think Diddy's ever getting out of jail. Because they've already said that Keefy D is going to implicate Diddy in his trial. They've already said that. They've already said that. Diddy may not never see. I already know YWG. You an IT dude. IT people don't pay for nothing. That's where I got all my secrets from y'all IT dudes. Working with IT professionals has its advantages because IT professionals, they believe in shortcuts and everything. You better get you some IT buddies. For real. You better get you some IT buddies if you ain't got none. They know shortcuts to everything. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, you already know YWG, man. I met YWG. I ain't bought no music in 30 years. 20, I ain't bought no music in 18 years. YWG was like, buy music. Oh, man, I got everything. And when YWG say he got everything, he got everything. So, yeah. Get you some IT friends. A whole lot of stuff you won't pay for. But yeah, Diddy caused terror to a whole lot of men and women. And the thing about that is these were just the people that came forward to talk in the video. I'm pretty sure that they reached out to people that they had stories about or they knew things about and asked them, did they want to be a part of the, and they probably didn't. And even Diddy's friend from 5 years old, it was hard for him, but he said that Diddy SA'd him too. Diddy's diabolical. He was getting coochie and cookies. Wow. Let's go. Rubbing another man's man juice on you. That's diabolical. But Diddy was diabolical in a whole lot of different ways. In a whole lot of different ways. A whole lot of different ways. Diddy was diabolical. We're an hour and 5 minutes into the show. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. I got to get these watch hours back up. So your boy might be going back. So I got my little work schedule is I got everything tightened up. So I might see. I'm not going. I'm not committing to it, but yeah, you have to just cut your notifications on. Cut your notifications on because watch hours have got to be got. I got to get to monetization before the end of the year. I got 25 days, so I'm going hard, just like I've been going hard on them. And another thing is, the reason that I'll be honest, the reason that I had slacked up is because basically for the last 9 months I've been rebuilding my business from the ground up. I've been rebuilding my business from the ground up. I have another YouTube page. And on my other YouTube page, I'm going to be talking about jobs, finding them, entrepreneurial stuff, and just giving out career tips. So my new website is going to be an extension of my business. And if you all are looking for a job, I'm gonna go ahead and pull, I'm gonna advertise myself tonight. I don't never do this, but we gonna do it tonight though. We're gonna do it tonight. So I do resumes, I do HR, I do career coaching, you name it. In terms of HR, I do it. I recruit. If you got a small business, you need to find somebody, I do recruiting. But yeah, this is what I have been doing the last 9 months. I've basically been overhauling my website. I got a page where you can go and look for jobs. It updates every 2 hours. Right now, there's, I think it's 12 pages of jobs. Yeah, 290 something open jobs as well. I have 2 positions that are open. If you're in Florida and you're a COO or you're a aquatics engineer, yeah, I'm looking for 2. Those are 2 positions that I am recruiting for through my company. I have a client that I'm looking for these positions. These positions down here are positions that are through USA Jobs and other websites that I have scraped the jobs off their pages. So you're more than welcome to come over here. And if you got a company and you need your job posted, you can come over and do that too. But yeah, this is what I've been doing the last 9 months, y'all. So yeah, I got services. Like I said, I do resumes. I do full cycle recruiting. You need somebody to represent your company, I do that too. I got coaching programs. If you need to, if you're trying to get a job, you're trying to better your job prospects, I got a 30-day career coaching. I got a 60-day career coach program. And then if you really serious, I got a 90-day coaching program where basically you will have most definitely have better prospects and be a better candidate after you go through my career coaching. So that's what your boy does in the daytime. I got a talent community. You can come drop your resume off. Because I'm always looking for good people. I got a chat room. So go check my page. Go check my website out, www.captivative.com. Oh, yeah. And right now, if you join the talent community, you get a free ebook. If you upload your resume, you get a free ebook in terms of fixing your resume, how to dress for an online interview. I got everything. In terms of trying to get a job, trying to better your resume, I got you. That's what you're looking for. If that's what you need help with, I got you. And if you say that somebody that you heard about this on Captivative, if you tell me that you heard about Captivative.com during the Adult Conversation with Maas show, I will give you 20% off anything on my website. So if you need your resume redone, hit me up. If you need a personalized job search, hit me up. Whatever you need in terms of trying to find a job or trying to find people for a job, hit me up. That's what I do. HR. Now, y'all might listen to some of the topics that we talk about and may say, damn, he does. Yeah, I do HR. So you need help with your resume. I am a master resume writer. You need your resume redone? Hit me up. I've done YWG's resume. I have helped if you're trying to start a business, hit me up. I can help you get all the paperwork. Yeah, that's what I do. I do business consultations. I do HR consultations. You need your resume done, I do that. So yeah, check my website up. You're looking for a better job in 2026, hit me up. But yeah, I got another YouTube page. Right now I only got one subscriber on that page, but yeah. I got a show that I'm going to be doing on there called Where Are the Jobs? Where basically I'm going to talk about jobs. I'm going to give out career tips. I'm going to give out resume tips. I'm going to talk about open positions in different cities. If there's a city that you want me to highlight some open positions in your field, just drop me a line, send me an email. I'll do that. But that's what I'm going to be doing on my second page. Second page is going to be all business. It's two separate brands. This is the wild brand. That's the business brand. Oh yeah, I've done YWG's resume. I've done some of YWG's co-workers' resumes. I know what I'm doing, y'all. I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing. Check me out I'm on LinkedIn. Just look up Captivative Solutions on LinkedIn. I'm on there. But yeah, anything you need in terms of that, yeah, that's what I do. That's what I do in the daytime, as well as submit bids for government contracts. So that's what I'll be doing on my other page. I helped YWG start his company. When it comes to my business and stuff, I take that shit. I take this serious too, but I most definitely take that shit. And I'm reasonable. I'm very reasonable. But yeah, that's what I do. Join the talent community, get a free ebook. I got jobs on my website. I got a chat room where I'm going to have people coming in there talking about different things. Add me on LinkedIn. I got a couple interviews lined up for my LinkedIn page. I'm going to be interviewing one of the ladies from Kentucky's Apex Accelerator. If you're thinking about doing government contract work, get in contact with your local Apex Accelerator. I'll be interviewing a lady in the next. I got a meeting with her tomorrow. Actually, I got my end of the year meeting with my business mentor, which is through the Kentucky Apex Accelerator. So I'm gonna interview her, and she's gonna tell about what they do and how they help organizations, and then I'm gonna detail how they've helped me in everything that I've tried to do this year. As well, your boy will be highlighted in Kentucky's Apex Accelerator newsletter. I'll be their highlighted business in January. So yeah, I ain't playing. We're going to grow this YouTube page. We're going to grow my other YouTube page. And I'm going to help a whole lot of people get jobs in 2026. That's what I do. I'm a connector. But as we come to the end of this show about Diddy, I don't know what to say. I will say that I have a disdain for some of the things that Diddy did. And I look at him in a totally different fashion than how I looked at him. But I also look at the people who didn't speak up for themselves. I look at those people because I know I don't talk about this stuff a lot. I don't because it's in the past. and I'm looking to the future. But I used to model for Cross Colors and Carl Kanai. I used to model at the Black Expos in different cities. I have worked at some radio stations. I have had an overnight show. I have produced shows. I have produced morning shows. So I kind of have a glimpse into the entertainment business. And I understand how some people wouldn't speak up for themselves or they wouldn't say anything because I've been in these spaces. I've seen it happen. It's probably the reason why I'm not in radio or television or any of that stuff now, because I was not an ass kisser. I never got good at that. And I talk back. I question things. Especially if it's dealing with me, I'm most definitely going to have questions. And in lots of those situations, when you're dealing in entertainment, TV, radio, movies, a lot of this stuff you can't talk back. You talk back, they get rid of you. And yeah, I talk back, so that tell you what happened to me. I talk back, so that tells you what happened to me. So I can see how these things can happen. So you got to have a little bit of butt kissing in you when you're working in the entertainment business. Some jobs you got to have a little bit of butt kissing in you. Juggernaut, he'll tell you. Juggernaut is a set manager. He's been a set manager on some big shows. He might not tell you, but I'll big him up myself. Yeah, Juggernaut is a set manager. You go and tell people we want to film in your house, we'll pay y'all. Yeah. He'll tell you. It's a lot of butt kissing that goes on in the entertainment business. And he'll tell you this. People that ask questions, they don't be around a whole lot. They don't be around for a long time. I'm gonna have to get Juggernaut to come on. He's got to come on here one night and give us the Atlanta report. But yeah, I can see how these things can happen. Yeah. They want you to kiss butt and they want you to hype them up. So I can see how these people could get drawn into certain situations, but as a person, as a man, as a woman, you got to speak up. The only way people can take advantage of you is if you let them and you don't speak up. Usually if you speak up, people can't take advantage of you. Yeah, just man. Juggernaut said the industry has lots of bullshit players. Lots. But they ain't really players. Yeah. If you haven't watched The Reckoning, you need to check it out. You need to check it out. It's 4 hours that is entertaining. It's educational. And it's brutal. Yeah. And that's my review of The Reckoning. I give it 4 out of 4, 10 out of 10, whatever scale you. It's riveting. It's gut wrenching. And it will make you look at Diddy in a whole new light. hope that I've said something that makes you go view the video, and you can have your own. You can make your own judgment on how you look at Diddy, if you believe what was on there. But I'm gonna tell you this: Diddy's diabolical.
Lab Addicts Music Group.
Diddy is diabolical. I'm glad 50 Cent put it out. He has something to do with Biggie's death, Tupac's death, Kim Porter's death. They need to figure it out. Every dog has his day. And everything that happens in the dark shall come to the light. This has been another edition of Adult Conversation with Maas, where tonight we talk about Diddy. Do you look at him the same way that you did before you watched the record? Leave your comments. Let me know how y'all feel. I know how I feel. This is what my
Lab
spirit.
Addicts Music Group.
I'll see y'all tomorrow. The Sex Show. We most definitely do it tomorrow night. The Sex Show, where we talk about everything sex that other stations don't talk about.
Lab
This
Addicts
is what my
Music
spirit.
Group.
I'm out. Get with y'all. Be safe. It's the weekend.